Here we go.
And if everybody could mute out, that'd be awesome, please. Okay.
Okay.
We're good. Thumbs up from Carl. So, all right. Well, good evening, everybody. This is a special edition of our Massive Marketing Success group that we have formed on Skype. And, we're going to do an occasional Zoom call because the advantage of the Zoom call is we can actually record what we're, the current topic when it comes to a setup or whatever we're working on. So that's the advantage of doing the Zoom. We get a nice recording for those that are unable to attend, plus you guys who are here live, you can always go back and review things when you have a recording. So I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to go right to screen share and get things moving here. So we're going to do desktop, share screens. All right. And let me get to my, so can you guys, I'm sure you can see it. Okay. Just give me a thumbs up, Judy. If you can see you see my email right now. Okay, that's good. But you don't want to see my email, so let me get out of there. Let me get to my browser. All right. So here's the deal. You guys who have followed the Massive Marketing Success System know that we had a pretty nice initial setup of the regular MMS, Massive Marketing Success lead capture page, and the emails that went with that got loaded into an autoresponder that a person who opts in to the lead capture page would receive, great thank you page that we had as part of MMS. And just to recap quickly what MMS is, it's basically using traffic leads to income VM in order to create a lead capture page, get everything set up from a marketing funnel, and be able to eventually enter people into one's primary business, which in the case of this group is Empower Network or anything else that we really endeavor to have people come into. So that's really the power of what traffic leads to income offers from a standpoint of setting up a traffic and lead generation system. It's also a great viral mailer, which we send our daily shortcut out to day after day after day and generate leads that way, get people to enter into our Cloud to Cloud list when it comes to the daily shortcut, people who then receive that daily shortcut day after day after day and eventually say, you know what, I like that content. How can I get more content? Well, we say, get to the total shortcut. And then they join Empower Network that way. So it's really a great way for us to bring people into our paid Empower downlines, I should say. And what that ultimately means is, regular subscribers, people who, renew month after month after month, hopefully move into six-figure builder, hopefully become all in. And with all the great things that are happening in Empower Network right now with the closing that's going to be happening where people come in as trial members, and actually there's going to be some, folks like Carrie who's going to be helping close deals and get people potentially all in and making us some good money that way as well. So a lot of excitement happening, but we still have to do our end of the bargain. There's what I said earlier to a group was, okay, they're going to help us with our $7 trial members, but we have to actually get people to that point. They're not going to generate leads for us. They're not going to follow up with those leads and get them to the 14-day $7 trial. They're going to help us once that condition is met. So that's why this group is so important right now, is that we have machinery that can create real-time leads and get people to that level. Because once you start following the steps of success for massive marketing success, right on step one within Traffic Leads to Income VM, what does it say? Go to the downline builder and join Empower Network via the total shortcut, the 14-day trial for $7. So we have all the framework in place when it comes to massive marketing success. So since we had success with our first, with our first run, so to speak, when we did our regular MMS setup, we figured we would try a little bit of a deviation, create a lead capture page that helps us promote the daily shortcut, and it's the same drill. I mean, when somebody enters the daily shortcut, they're receiving promotional content from us, great value content, and eventually, like I said earlier, they can come into the total shortcut and that $7 14-day trial and become great leaders someday within Empower Network, and that's how we actually earn an income based on what they're doing and what their products that they're buying into and things that they're doing with their Empower business. It's obviously impacting us in our incomes. So what this is again going to do is generate a lead. into Kalatu Cloud, into the daily shortcut list, deliver the latest daily shortcut to that individual, and then obviously they're in our list to continue to stay in touch with them every day about the latest and greatest daily shortcut. You can see Judy Bronstein's page right here. This is our little rotator that we set up to display everybody's work. And we decided as a group to make it the same. So as we go through, we have Judy Bronstein, we have Judy Gunn, but these all look the same, right? So we like that. There's Cosmos. Now, I haven't tested these, which I will. I'm going to go through and test each one. There's mine. So testing means I'll just fill in the form, make sure that it goes to the right thank you page, make sure that the email is correct, when I receive the email. But it's a pretty simple setup that we're going to be doing here. So we'll leave Judy's, Judy with an I, her page here is the backdrop to our training tonight. So how do we set this up? What is going to be the deal with this? So let's begin at the beginning. We go to our Traffic Leads to Income VM, and we log in. So I just got to do that. And we're going to move directly to step 4 in the setups in the system. So I'm just going to wait for that page to load, and I need to mute the video that's going to start playing there. Okay, so I've done that. So let me move over to step 4 quickly. The nice thing about Traffic Leads to Income VM and the our procedure here is we can create as many of these lead capture pages as our heart desires. Oops, it logged me out. I got to go back in again. And there's tons of combinations when it comes to what we say on our lead capture page, how we structure our form, what the thank you page ultimately is, what type of content does the opt-in receive. We have total control of all of those factors, and the combinations are literally endless. They're unlimited completely, which is what makes this system so fun to work with. So let me do, Let me just move to step 2 quickly here. Hopefully it won't log me out again. Okay. All right, and let me move to step 4. I'll just do it the quick way. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new lead capture page. So let's go down to our Create New Lead Capture Page button and click on that. And that's going to give us all of our various choices. So it looks like it's choice number 7 with that green background. Yeah, that's the one that is. So I'm going to put the dot right in that circle, and I'm going to call this. It's number 8. It's number 8. It's this one. This one is because I did that too. It's number 8. Rob. The number 8 is the generic one with the handshakes. You could use number 8. It's very similar. Actually, 6, 7, and 8, Judy, are very similar. Yeah. I believe the one that I've used is number 7, but 8's fine. But I'm going to use 7 for the example. Okay. Okay, so we're going to name the page. So I'm going to call it DS for Daily Shortcut, TL2IVM, and I'm going to just click on Create this page, create this LCP rather. And there it is, it's done. So then we scroll back down to the bottom of step 4, and we go to the drop-down menu where it says Select a Page, and we find it. And I think it's at the very bottom, DS, TL2IVM. Okay, so there we go. So we have our shell, so to speak, here. Now, one of the things that I'm going to show you, now I'm not sure if you guys caught this or not, this may be a new little procedure that I'm going to show you, because we have our form code in this box here, but that's for MMS. So we need to actually create a new form code, and we're not going to utilize the box anymore. We're actually branching out and going to insert that form code a different way. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this segment, which is going to be good learning for everybody. So we're going to change the verbiage on this page. So I'm going to go and grab Judy's. Allow me to give you the daily shortcut that makes you think and will help you earn. So let's begin the journey to learning. So we like that. So we're going to copy that. We're going to come back into Traffic Leads to Income VM. And I'm just going to basically replace all that. This is my what you see is what you get editor. Really easy to use and customize. There you go. I'm going to actually bold that print, though, because when I pasted that in, that didn't bold it. So I'm going to highlight everything. There's a little B letter B, just click that. Look how nice that is. Now I think that took my coloration away. No, my coloration is still there. I wanted the daily shortcut to be in red, so it's highlighted. So at that point, that's pretty good stuff there, actually. So let's go ahead and save that. So in a few seconds, we've already set up the shell of our lead capture page. Now we'll have to work on the guts a little bit in a minute. But there you go. That's the visual piece of it. So the next thing we need to do is create the form. So that's where we go to our good friend Kalatu Cloud. Okay, so we log in through Empower Network. So I'll show that as a backdrop. We just click on, once we log into Empower Network back office, we click on Kalatu Cloud, which takes us here. And we're going to go to autoresponders and web forms. We're going to click on that. Okay, so manage web forms. No, create a new web form template is what we're going to do. Got to create a brand new fresh one. Okay, so we always go with the recommended because recommended works pretty well. So we're going to stick with that. So I'm just going to click anywhere on that graphic there. And I personally like the one that has the yellow, the fields highlighted in yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and click right on that, right where my pointer's at. So we've chosen how we want our form to look like, but now we've got to name our form. So let's call it MMS DS, MMS DS. How about that? Okay. This will be the daily shortcut. That's the title of this particular lead capture page. So the lead category is going to be new prospect, so we'll just keep it at that. The list will be not only general interest, but we should actually opt these people into our daily shortcut, and I went too far there. So click on that as well. Click on apply. Okay, the thank you page. The thank you page is essentially the latest daily shortcut. Okay, so you always can get your latest daily shortcut right there in Empower Network. But we came up with a little trick because the idea would be, well, geez, would I have to go in every day and change that in my form? Wow, that would be pretty time consuming. Well, not if you're using a tracker like Affiliate Toolbox. Let me go and open up a new window and let's log into Affiliate Toolbox. So whether you're using Affiliate Toolbox, I believe Bitly would work with this. Definitely TrackMe would work with this. Any of your trackers would work with this. So I'm just using Affiliate Toolbox because that's in the downline builder of traffic leads to income VM.
Rob, we lost your share. I see.
Oh, okay.
I see the screen share.
Thanks, Dale. Let me get that back again then. So let me click on Skype again. Yeah, I thought something happened there. All right, so let me get back to Zoom, not Skype. All right, let's try that again. Share screen. All right. We good? Can you see? You guys see Affiliate Toolbox now? Okay, good. So let's log in the Affiliate Toolbox, shall we? And let's go to, let's click on tracking. And this is something that you should, this is something that I think is just a good thing to have, but it really helps us with this particular exercise. So I'm going to click on sites. So we're going to create a tracking link by just typing in whatever you want to call this tracker. So clearly Daily Shortcut would be a great name for it. And you put in your latest daily shortcut, which today is number 84. Are we on 84 today? We are on number 85 today. So you would paste that link that you get from Empower Network right into where it says site. And you click on Add Tracking URL, and that's basically it. That's all it is. So then you have something like what I've already done here. That says Daily Shortcut has my link. So what I do is every day I go in and I change the link. So I change the URL to the newest daily shortcut. So when I set up my thank you page then for this particular exercise, I'm just using the tracking link. Okay, I've never got to touch that form again. The tracking link is embedded within that form, and I'm handling the daily change within Affiliate Toolbox, and there it is. That's all we have to do. So that's a very minor, add it to your daily checklist. That's one of the first things that I do After I watch a daily shortcut, I take all the information into my heart and into my soul, and I meditate about it, and then I'm ready to work. I'm ready to spread the message. So one of the first things I do is go into Affiliate Toolbox, and I get my tracker changed, because I know that's going to be part of my, my process as I'm going through and working my business. So then I come back to Kalatu Cloud with my tracking link, okay, and I'm changing out that generic thank you page to that tracker, and that's a one-time deal. It's done. So I never have to go back and mess with that. I'll only be going back daily and working within Affiliate Toolbox. I would like that to open up in a new window. It's always a good idea to open most of your pages that generate into new windows, because what if somebody just wanted to refer back to that lead capture page for some reason? If you don't open it in a new window, it's going to overtake the original window, and they're not going to see the lead capture page anymore. So I think I like to do a new window for every new link that I open up. I always choose that option. Very rarely. There's a couple isolated cases where I'll say no to that, but in this one we're going to say yes. So what are the actions that we're going to do? Well, we don't need to do a verified opt-in. I generally don't. Basically, once they fill in the form, they're mine. They're on my list. I don't need to do "Are you sure?" That's not real confident marketing. Are you sure you really want to be on my list? No, you're on my list. There's no two ways about it. Lock, stock, and barrel. So that's fine. So then we're going to do our what email do we want to send? So we're going to show you in a minute how to set up the email. So I'm assuming that the email is already set up. So we're going to go. So we set up our email, then we go to send email, and wherever you've saved this email, it's going to be a singular email. It's not going to be an autoresponder series. It's not going to be War and Peace. It's not going to be anything super complicated. It's an easy thank you for opting into the daily shortcut and a few other bits and bytes that are going to be a part of that. And I'm going to show you where to find that letter too shortly once I do this. So I kept it under my Rob's emails, okay? And the letter is called DS TL2IVM, so daily shortcut traffic leads to income VM is what I name my letter. And then all I've got to do at this point is go over and click next. So just make sure that you know where once you save your letter that we're going to show you how to set up, just make sure you know where to find it. That's all, because then you'll need to tell the form which email you're selecting. So then I move on to the next step in this process. Click next and take a look at that. I generally don't edit the form. I sort of leave it like it is, so I can click next again. My changes have been saved, actually. Now this is where I get the actual form code, which is really important. So we're gonna, since we're looking at the form code, we're gonna deal with the form code right now. Now you can play with the width and the height, and from what I understand, I can change your scroll bars or maybe make your form look a little nicer. But for the sake of this training, I'm not going to really get into that. That's more advanced. It's going to work just fine, just like it is here at 215 by 200. So I'm going to select all of my form code right now. Okay, I'm going to just grab it, highlight it all, and Control-C, copy it. So now I need to go back to Traffic Leads to Income VM. Okay, and this is where it's fun. I'm going to go into source code, the scary source code, right? Everybody's like, oh my God, he's dealing with HTML now. Now look how easy this is going to be. I'm just taking out the auto. See, the hashtag autoresponder hashtag merely is pulling from that little window that we set up when we first did our MMS. So that'll always be the form code for your MMS system. That's why we don't want to monkey, mess, or modify that. We want to leave that alone. So any additional lead capture pages that you set up where you want to use a different form, the reason you use a different form is you want a different thank you, you want a different email series, autoresponder, singular mail, anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of autoresponder hashtag because I don't want my MMS code in there. So I am going to, because all that does is it basically replaces what's in that little box in step 4. It replaces a hashtag autoresponder hashtag with what's in that little box. Okay, so I'm going to do it manually because I got rid of the hashtag autoresponder hashtag, and I'm just going to Control-V and paste in my form code directly. Okay, now I will warn you, if you ever went back to try to look at that code, it doesn't show it anymore. It just, I don't know, whether it's a glitch or what, but just know that it's there. You'll see from your preview that your page is fine and everything like that. but you can't really go back and look at it anymore. And if you make any changes to your page, if you go back and even change a comma or a period or a singular word, it's going to mess that form up, and you'd have to go back and you'd have to reinsert your form code again. So try not to do that, but if you have to, it's not a big problem. So I'm going to click Save Lead Capture Page. And for all intents and purposes now, my lead capture page is ready to go, and it's going to look when I click on your LCP URL. And we're bypassing the thank you page as well this time. That's one of the things that is part of this different setup that we're doing, because we control the thank you page over at our Kolatu form. Obviously, we're using the daily shortcut link. So we've kind of taken the thank you page out of the mix just temporarily, but obviously we use it with our MMS system, and it's still an important thing. So anyway, back to your actual LCP, just click on your LCP URL, and there it is. It's going to load it. So we can look at it, make sure that it looks good. Looks good to me, right? Created that pretty quickly. Looks fine. I'm all good with that. So let me get rid of that. We don't need to continue to show that on the screen. Okay. So at this point now, we have to go back and do our email. So we need to, oops. The screen just went black. It'll come back though, hopefully. There we are. Okay, Dale, thumbs up. Can you see my screen again? And let me get rid of this Geek Buddy crap that I need. I don't know why that's even on this computer. Okay, so now we need to insert the email into Kolatu. Okay, so we're going to find that email over in Affiliate Toolbox section, not the Affiliate Toolbox program. I know that's confusing. The Affiliate Toolbox button within your Traffic Leads to Income VM back office. This email was created by Rebecca Stamer, one of our esteemed leaders, who whipped this out in very short order and in a very impressive fashion. So it is MMS email, and I had to abbreviate thanks so I could fit the whole thing in because it only gives me so many characters in these titles. So it should be, I would write out the word thanks or thank you for opting in to the daily shortcut. So that's the MMS email that we're using. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. It's a singular email, not a series. But you know, by definition, you know, we talk about autoresponder series and everything, but if you're sending your daily shortcut religiously to your list every day, you're like an autoresponder yourself. You're making things, you're stirring the pot with your list every day, so it's all good. So back to Kolatu Cloud, okay? We know our form is good. Essentially, our lead capture page is set. So we just need to get this email taken care of. So let's go ahead and clear the palette. And I'm going to click on email campaigns as soon as that loads. Email campaigns, okay? And this is familiar territory because it's basically, we sort of create our emails the same, I do at least, just about every time. So I'm going to go to create new campaign. And I'm going to click on basic templates. And then I'm going to click on basic 01 plain text and HTML. I'm going to select that one using the blue select button. Okay, then I'm going to name the letter. So let's just, this is just for your own consumption. So I forget what I called it, but we're going to call it DSMMS. DSMMS. Okay, and then we're going to, this is the important subject line, so we're going to say thanks for opting in. Gotta spell it right, opting in to the daily shortcut. Now, you know, could be a little, we could be maybe more creative, but I think that is pretty solid. And it says it tells the person exactly what's going on. It's pretty clear. They opted into the daily shortcut. They're being thanked for opting into the daily shortcut. Okay, and this is good too because if they don't do if they don't act on the thank you page, meaning that they don't actually watch the video, specifically opt in to the daily shortcut itself, take the offer, you know, to get into the total shortcut and all those things, they're going to have another opportunity when they receive this particular email. And this is good, especially when you're using Safe List because they, you know, now they're done with their surfing, they're done clicking for credits, and now they start reviewing their emails and they go, oh yeah, I remember filling out that page. Now let me see what this guy, Dale, or this lady, Judy, was talking about. Okay, so that's the kind of the backup system as to why we have an email in place. So we're going to click our checkboxes, public. We're going to track plain text clicks along with everything else. We're going to indicate where we want this letter to be. So we can put it in, I have a special folder called Rob's Emails. And it's going to place it right there, the DSMMS email. I'm not going to do any triggers on this particular one. And I'm just going to come up to the top and click Next, which is going to take me into the HTML editor. So I'm going to click on Go to Letter Builder. I'm going to edit that. I'm going to remove every single bit of content from here. Oops. I said I'm going to remove every single bit of content from here. I'm going to Control V and paste it what I had copied into the box. And I like to use the generic hi friend because some of my leads that I opt in come in just with an email address, so their name technically then is unknown. I don't want to say hi unknown, but everybody's my friend, so hi friend works pretty well. And then I'm just going to take a look at it. It's a really nice email. I may break it up a little bit with some paragraph breaks. Somebody's hitting enter in a couple spots. So you can edit it to your taste. Now this is where we have some fun. Go find your favorite Daily Shortcut episode. Maybe it's 1. Maybe it's 14. Maybe it's 79. Maybe it's 62. I don't know. So find that link. The one that you were inspired by. So do a little homework on that. One that really moved you. One that you actually would be able to articulate to a prospect over the phone, believe it or not. Maybe be able to literally show passion and excitement and get somebody to go, oh my God, I got to get into this business with this particular individual. So that's the only audible call. I'm not going to tell you which one. You're going to choose it. Okay, so it's one of the few, with this particular setup, it's one of the few spots where we're saying use your creativity, have fun with it. Okay, and then it just signatures out. So it says, I look forward to working with you. Contact me at any time. Your name, your Skype. Okay, so I'm just going to put, I guess I can put my name in here. I already have an email set up, so I'm not going to worry about pasting the link in there. And my Skype is rob.gearing. Now just make sure when you paste your link in, we're going to highlight. We're going to click on the little world globe with the paperclip. And you're going to put that into URL, and your target is going to be new window. So let's just be clear on that. Since I'm not demonstrating it, I just demonstrated it. So that's what you do. And then you have everything set in your email. And then you just click on the little disk icon to save it. Close Letter Builder. Go to Next. Oops, you know what? It never does say, oh, it did. Very good. Very good. It actually put it in plain text version as well. So that's excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay. I noticed that it didn't put the word Skype. I must have taken that out. So when you're giving your Skype, you want to actually say that that's a Skype so people understand what that is. So I'm going to go back and modify that quickly into the, or actually, I'm not going to actually do that, but you know what I'm talking about. We should always say Skype and then give our Skype name. Okay. So I'm going to click on Next. I know that my HTML is good. My plain text is good. Click Next again, which is the final step. And then we're going to hit Save and Spam Score to make sure that we've saved the email. So that's very, very important. So now we have the email saved. So let's just review the, since my sequence may be just a tad off, let me go back and review the form one more time, because it's very important that we indicate this email within that form definition. So, but that's real easy to do. So I'm going to review that because that's probably a good thing to review anyway. So we're going to autoresponders and web forms. We're going to manage web forms. And my form is called MMS DS, MMS Daily Shortcut. I'm going to edit that. And let's just take a look at everything. Again, we gave it a name. We gave it a title. The all-important, what list is the prospect going to go to? The very important thank you page, which we showed you how to do with your daily shortcut, so that you don't have to come here and change it every day. You only have to go over to right here, Affiliate Marketing Toolbox. We are going to send an email. It's in Rob's emails. And then we define the one that we just created. We make sure this is defined in this drop down. And it looks all good. So if we did make a change to this, we would just want to save. I always do double. Just a quirk with me. I do save and save and close. Because I don't trust save and close. I want to see save, and then I'll save and close again. Okay. So that is basically it. So what we've now created is getting back to, let me just clear out my Colatu in case we need to refer back to that again. Get nice and clean slates. Let me just peek over here. It's always hard to find these windows with these banners everywhere. And he's got to sneak underneath here and pull it up. Okay, so this is our page. Okay, so in other words then, when we fill out that form, let me go to mine actually, because I don't know if Judy had a chance to get everything set up, and I don't want to put her on the spot here. So let me come over to mine. But I will test each and every one of these that has been created. They look wonderful. They look marvelous. So first name, last name, email address, click subscribe. This is what your prospect is going to do. And then we wait for the thank you. And there it comes, 85, daily shortcut 85. I also just received an email, which I can act on as well. It shows me another daily shortcut. And it depends on what time of the day you send your daily shortcut. And when this person opted in, they may then immediately, same day, begin receiving the brand new content in every day. And every day that you send out the daily shortcut, which should be Monday through Friday. So that's really it. Now, the only other thing that I wanted to cover is we got to make sure that we're doing all. And one of the exciting things about this is prior in our last training, we says, well, when you're using Traffic Leads to Income VM, which is my program, and I give everybody in our group here, the really nice upgrade. You have the ability to advertise to the entire membership every day, your daily shortcut. You now can send this. You now can use this in Traffic Leads to Income VM because it doesn't have anything to do with joining Traffic Leads to Income VM. Now, does it? Not a single thing. We're using the template, but that's a lead capture template that can be used anywhere now, including Traffic Leads to Income VM for this particular application. So if you decide to use this one, if you decide to really, send a sizable amount of traffic to this, you can also put this on your daily routine within Traffic Leads to Income VM. They will then fall into your Colatu list, receive the daily shortcut, and just be kind of bonded with you in that regard. The only thing that you don't want to, the only place you don't want to send this is when you're sending to your list. Don't get confused and don't get mixed up. The people on your Colatu list are already obviously on your Colatu list, so you are sending. Basically, if you're advertising your daily shortcut, since you're using the tracker now, all you've got to do is just put in that tracking link for the daily shortcut. Replace the long link with the little tracking link, and there you go. That's what's going to go out to your list every day. So it's always good to edit those anyway. I don't like to just send those out without bringing it up in the editor. I always add my picture. I change the subject line to make it a little different. I may tweak a couple words in the content, add a little bit to the signature line, and of course, switch out the link to the tracking link. So now here's a clean slate way that we are across the board advertising our daily shortcut every day. What we do on the weekend then is up to us. We can go some other, either take a couple of days off or go some different directions with our list and with our business. But this is a Monday through Friday focus. It's going to help you build your list. It's going to give great content and value to your list, and it's going to ultimately bring paid, just like MMS does. This is also clearly going to bring paid Empower members to your team as well. So that's the setup. The only other thing I wanted to show that I promised was there's been a little confusion about getting the mail out, so to speak. So let me go to the online builder of Traffic Leads to Income VM. So we know Referral Frenzy is a recommended resource here, but we call it optional because it's not free. Okay, I wanted this system to be free, and any paid parts we call optional parts. So Referral Frenzy is nice because I can send to as many ones that I'm a member of automatically, just in one shot, versus having to log into each and every one of them. The only danger with Referral Frenzy is that, let me go to my I'm going to click on mailers here, traffic leads income, VM downline builder. The only danger with Referral Frenzy is there's about 100 mailers there, and I do not want you guys joining 100 mailers. That's why we set up the recommended area here. And it will tell you which ones are Referral Frenzy compatible and which ones aren't. So like, for example, whitelist email marketing is listed at Referral Frenzy. So I put it in asterisk right there, okay? And they're all grouped together. So basically from Email Hog all the way up to Fastlist is part of it, Genie is part of it, yeah. So all the way up to Genie Mailer, right below the Referral Frenzy banner. These are all autopilot, so literally seconds, and you can mail to all of those at one time. But the upper tier ones here, which are really good ones, but they're not compatible with Referral Frenzy. So we used a program called Viral Mail Profits, but it's been having a few technical hiccups and glitches, and people have said, oh, or it's either had a couple glitches and people weren't able to do what they needed to do, which is mail. You can actually load the additional mailers like the Cardinal and the Mr. Safe List, etc., into Viral Mail Profits and have Viral Mail Profits formatted for you and help you send it to those particular mailers. Plus, it tracks for you. It tracks for you when you sent it. Gives you a little tracking as well, and it gives you tracking of frequency. So it'll tell you when it's time to mail again or not. So that's a nice little feature. But if it's not working technically, or you're just confused and it's just too arduous, it's just too much for you to copy and paste and this and that, all you really have to do is log into Viral Mail Profits by itself and send the email singularly. Go to Cardinal Mailer, send it singularly. Go to Mr. Safe List one by one, because technically with the Viral Mail Profits formula, you still have to log into each one of them anyway. So it's really not that big of a deal to do it just this manual method. And I've heard some buzz from the group that people are saying they're not doing this part of the system because it's confusing and they don't know how and it's too much. So I say here's an alternate way to make sure that you're getting your marketing out. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is about. There can be no roadblocks. There can be no stoppage. There can be no wait till tomorrow. It has to be today. It has to get done, because that's the income producing activities. When people are saying they're not making money, their list isn't growing, that's because they're choosing to stop. They're choosing to let something get in their way, perhaps an obstacle, and we're not gonna have that within this group. No, there's no stopping it. If one's not working, move on to the next one. And what's nice is many of these mailers, like for example, Mr. Safe List, it literally allows me to save my template. So if I log in today, I can resend what I sent yesterday, because friends, I basically send the same material day after day after day. There's not a lot of deviation. And if I do a deviation, I'm going to make sure I save it as a template so that, again, I can quickly, it's called a quick send. It's a quick send method, from these mailers. And most of them give you that feature. It's either choose a template or they'll let you, whatever was your last one, they'll let you resend it again in a pretty fast fashion. So I just wanted to add that on to this particular training. I didn't want to get into too much detail or in depth, but you probably catch my drift. It's pretty cut and dry, and it's something that will allow you to move forward versus letting something get in the way of your business. So that's it for this training. I think we've shown it pretty comprehensively. We can go ahead at this time and end the recording, and then I'll take questions from my live.